Yo, yo, yo. What is going on, everybody? Hello and happy Thursday. Um, just me for a minute, but we are going to have some fun. And let me just put this in a different spot. Actually, that's fine. It's just going to bother me. But yeah, hope everybody is doing well. We got a Triad talk and tournament tonight. You can already see that I got my phone set up here because I don't want to run into any issues, especially as we have some guests on. So it is what it is. We got Tony in the house. We got Ankh12. What's going on? Thank you, Ankh, for the support. Tony says, I am Druids. Too easy to change. All right, well, get to know Druids. Thank you for being here. We got Ankh saying, let's go. Navashia, good morning to you. It's good evening to me, or at least here in the US. This is the one of the latest streams that I've done. It's about 10 p.m. And this is the only time that we could find. Otherwise, we wouldn't have had a Triad talk and tourney today. So I'm glad that we were able to make it happen. Should hopefully get the full trifecta on here in a little bit. But I wanted to jump in. The reason I'm jumping in before 10 o'clock, which is when we're supposed to be on, is because there's a tournament that starts at 10 o'clock. And I want to make sure that you guys are signed up and checked in. It is free to play, 100% free to play. You can check in now because we're less than 10 minutes away. And it is a ghost card or open tournament, meaning you don't need to own any of the cards. You have access to everything in the game, or at least everything that is within. Everybody has the same deck, right? So nothing too crazy here. It should be a lot of fun. I hope you are able to take advantage of that. And of course, as usual, we have our card delegations that will be given out until the next live stream. So hopefully you guys will participate in that, get some cool stuff to use for modern or wild or even survival mode now. As you guys might have seen, I put out a video earlier today talking about how I am having a blast playing survival mode. And yeah, it's been a fun season. So we got Keegs in the house. Let's go. I've been waiting for another one of these. I know it's been a minute. So I was traveling for the second half of July. You know what? I don't know why we didn't do one last week. It's because I got back. I guess I got back and then we just didn't coordinate anything. And then this week, we were trying to set something up, and the timing was just really awkward for all of us because we're all in different time zones too. And Tails was like, "Can you do a late night stream?" And I'm like, "All right, we'll make it happen, man. We got to make it happen because it's been too long." So glad y'all are here. Let's see. We got a good amount of people on X, on YouTube. I don't know if we can check who's checked in, but oh yeah. So Navashia, Bronze Forever. All right, so we got some people checked in for this tournament. Not everybody. Satan himself is here and checked in. Well done, Satan. But yeah, we saw a little bit of a dip in the market today. So let's go ahead and just take a look at that real quick. Let me make sure none of my guests are here yet. All right, so I wanted to take a look at this and see. So Bitcoin dropped back down to 118. It seems like somebody really does not want Ethereum to hit a new all-time high or start off alt season. So looks like it'll be a struggle for a while. DEC at 83, SPS at 0.0073, vouchers down to 1.5 cents. Oof. The hive's still above 21, almost at 22 cents. So what we're going to see now is anybody who starts bringing in capital, we should start seeing the company run out of DEC even sooner, just because each dollar is going to move more DEC out of their coffers and back into circulation. Market and pools is holding about 300 million, so that's going to be another 50 million we need to knock out of there. Yeah, I think we're still on track. I mean, look, 126 million, 40 million a week, that puts us roughly 3 weeks. We're at essentially August 15th. So 3 weeks gets us through the first week of September. I'm thinking by mid to late September, we'll be eating through the market and pools, and DEC might be back up a peg. At least that's my rough timeline. Not a prediction. Just an educated guess based on what we've seen, and so far the numbers have not disappointed. So yeah, that's where we're at. So let's go back here. For anybody who has just joined, just another reminder that we do have a tournament, Triad Talk and Tournament. So make sure you come through and sign up, check in, do all that good stuff. If you are already signed up, make sure you check in. Who Anka's asking who won the gold foil Toshi? I think you mean Tososhi. Let's see. Actually, I don't know. There's like so much happening that it's hard for me to keep track of it all. Oh, it's day 3 already. Holy crap. Okay, there's only 10 of these. Vugdis and Koravin. Vugdis threw in 181 entries. Holy moly. Isn't like 10 tickets? So he put in 1,000 tickets or 1,800 tickets? Is that my understanding? That's wild. Well, he got it. Yeah, so I messaged Dave McCoy earlier just to say like, hey man, sorry I've been out of touch, been traveling a bunch, but been seeing everything you guys have been up to, and just want to give a shout out to the team. And then what did he say to me? He just responded and said, thank you very much. It's awesome to hear from you. And he's like, yes, we have a lot more coming in the future too. So I don't have any alpha for you. I don't, I don't have anything. It's just Dave's excited, man. I'm excited. Dave's excited. It's a good time. That is for sure. We have, I've just been so out of the loop that I can't even do one of those. Remember, I used to do like those 3-month kind of predictions, like what can we expect in this, and this, right? Month 1, month 2, month 3. I don't even know right now. So we're in August. Let's assume we've gotten. I don't even know what we've gotten this month already. Let me go back to the thing here. I don't think we got any of our people on yet. So let me jump in. They just put out a new thing yesterday. No? Sorry, Tuesday. Frontier draws. What was the update on the 12th? Oh, new weekly drawing. Okay. And then you can earn stuff. That's cool too. Daily quest rewards are now based off your current rank. Campaign. Okay, so they're doing some cool stuff with that. We got 2 minutes until the tournament starts, guys. Make sure you jump in. Make sure you check in. You can sign up and check in. It is free to play, 100% free to play in this tournament. And it is a ghost card or open tournament, meaning you have access to every single card that is part of the tournament. So make sure you join. You have nothing to lose except experience. No, you'll gain experience. You have nothing to lose except time, I guess. And honor. We got a decent amount of folks here. So I don't think we have any of the guys yet. All right, so yeah, it's a busy time for sure. Says I'm doing, I don't know what you're doing. Yo, Evan, what's up? Been a while. Oh man, so you can tell how late it is. I'm already sleepy. This is past my bedtime. Drew says check-in begins 15 minutes. Check it. Well, we're already done with check-in essentially. There's like 1 minute left. Ghost cars are so much fun to play play around with. I know, this is why I love doing the practice mode. It's just now I've jumped into survival mode like pretty much full time. So I haven't been doing the practice mode, just kind of messing around with all the new cards, but that's literally one of my favorite things to do is play against the computer. Although I think that they made the computer a little bit easier, the practice mode, because I'll go in there and the computer will be using foundation cards. They'll be using the new summoners. Sometimes they even use the foundation summoners, and I'm just like, what's going on here? Come on. This is not what a real player would be doing. And I'm playing on like expert mode or hard mode or whatever it is. So I'm surprised. But it's like, Yeah, we're always going to have the situation where the previous sets, legendary summoners dominate the meta, but they are not using it for some reason. Oh, okay. We got Lorcus here. What's up, Lorcus?
Hey, man.
How you doing, man? Long time.
I'm doing okay. Yeah, it has been a while.
Yeah, yeah.
And
We were waiting. What's that?
we have lots of stuff going on over here, so I don't know if I can join camera tonight.
You don't know if you can what?
Hop on camera tonight. I may have to stay off.
Oh no, you're fine. Maybe I'll jump off my camera later. But we might have some other guests here, according to Tails. So I don't even know who might be joining. We'll see.
Hmm.
Is there anybody else here right now? No. Okay. All right. I'm in this tournament, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the battle going. But Lorcus, how you been, man? What's been new on your end?
We have our niece visiting, so been pretty busy over here.
Yeah.
You know, trying to pay attention.
Trying to pay attention. Fair enough. You know, it's honestly been tough for me too. I was traveling for a bit, and then I don't know. It just feels like there's so much going on in Splinterlands too that it's like tough to keep up. And there's like so many different avenues in which they're growing the game that I like. I'm not even paying attention to modern anymore. I play wild. I started playing survival mode, and then I have my land stuff going on. And now there's a whole new mode, frontier mode, that everybody's playing. Everybody's making money somehow, and I have no idea what's happening there. And I just don't have the time to like jump into it the same way others do.
Yeah, I played I think the first day that Frontier was out, but I haven't had any other opportunities to play.
Nice.
It's pretty cool though. I like the idea.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've seen the sign up numbers, but they've been growing dramatically. So,
Yeah, that's great. I hope that turns into people that actually stick around with the game.
same. Yeah, I agree. All right, let's see here. Trying to get some good stuff.
Oh, that's where my browser went. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out where everything is on my computer. I'm totally lost right now.
No, you're good, man. I'm just trying to figure out how much mana I want to spend on this. 10 mana. Oh, you know what? This is better. And then who else can I put for 2? Perfect. I probably got this person stream sniping me, but that's okay.
I finally found the stream, so I can watch now.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. All right, let me check to see guests. And we got Tails in the house. What's going on, Tails?
Yay.
What's going on, After Sound? What's up, Lorcus? Long time no chat.
I know,
Yeah,
it's been a
while.
minute. How have you been, man?
Good to be on. Man, some exciting stuff going on in crypto and Splinterlands, so that's always good.
Yeah. Well, I've tried to catch up and keep up with all the stuff happening in Splinterlands, but you're my go-to guy for anything else that's happening in crypto. What else are you following right now? I saw the other game that you're playing. You posted a video on it, but I hadn't had a chance to watch it yet. Raven Quest,
which
right?
game was that? Oh yeah, Raven Quest. I haven't posted a video on it recently, but they've released they actually just started releasing new functionality in the next couple hours. Big expansion release and revamp of their reward tokenomics, and they
Nice.
have Raven Idol coming out. So they have a lot of stuff going on, which is good. But yeah, I mean, I think for Splinterlands, like just if you look at like your catch up, because I know you were traveling and enjoying the summer. I mean, just what happened in like the last few weeks in Splinterlands has been pretty impressive. And we haven't even talked about, I mean, I don't know about on the stream yet, but we haven't talked about things like the base bridge, which is exciting stuff, I think.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I
Yeah,
mean,
we already had a long conversation about that. You missed out.
Did you guys? Oh my gosh. You guys are too good. Too good.
we barely made it past hello. You didn't miss out on anything, Tails. What's the latest with the base stuff?
Well, I mean, I don't have the official announcement, but I think we're just maybe a week or two from going live with that base bridge, which functionally, I mean, that's a big deal. I mean, that's the ability to onboard, offboard using Coinbase from a token perspective into Splinterlands, which if you're a US resident, that's obviously a big deal. And yeah, I mean, anytime we are able to reduce the friction for that type of process is good news. And plus, I mean, it opens again the door for technically the ability to have the game deal and reward or give out or disperse tokens that are not in SPS and DEC, and also potentially trade those tokens on base dexes.
Nice. Where did you see the time frame for that? I saw we posted something from the DAO Twitter account, so I know it's not too far away. But 2 weeks is, I mean, it's nice to know that we're really close.
Well, I mean, that's just my guesstimate. I mean, I'm going from the DAO, what the DAO has been able to share on Twitter and stuff.
Oh, got it. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's imminent, right? So whether it's 1 week, 4 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever, I mean, it's coming, and that's more. I mean, that's more good news, especially given the current crypto environment that we're in right now. I mean, if we're truly coming into alt season in its prime, what better time to get access to the base ecosystem, right? So that's good news.
Well, just the simple ability for anybody who explores the game to go buy something, I mean, USDC, ETH, whatever it is, off of Coinbase, and then be able to immediately swap that for something in the like Coinbase wallet or whatever is going to be awesome. It actually makes not that I'm encouraging selling, but it makes offboarding a little easier too.
Sure. Yeah, no more Litecoin nonsense, right? So
yeah. So that bridge is going to be super important. Make sure there's a lot of liquidity there. I wonder if TerraBridge is going to be handling that for us too.
Well, I think it makes TerraBridge makes TerraBridge or TerraBlock redundant, basically.
Sorry, TerraBlock, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it redundant. It's not necessary for people that use base at that point. Because in theory, like I don't know all the technical details, obviously, but if you're able to connect wallets, base wallets, and be able to interact there, I mean that's a game changer. So we'll see what kind of functionality. Because again, just the ability to interact from a contract or a blockchain perspective, the game still needs to enable the UI and stuff. So it needs to be accessible to everyone in the game and stuff like that. So that I think that'll be interesting to see what gets turned on essentially. But even if you're a hardcore like blockchain developer, just having ability to access that seems attractive. So for people like Peak Monsters and what have you.
I agree. Yeah. All right, hold on. I'm trying to not go 0-2 against this person. So let me just see what I got. While we're there, though, do you want to? While I'm doing this, do you want to discuss a little bit more about the Bitcoin stuff?
Yeah, I definitely would like to chat with you guys about that and get your opinion and takes on that and add some commentary. But I mean, I'll probably wait till after the tournament is over so we can do that. And I mean, but there's plenty of stuff we can chat about, I think, just in the game in general, just the news. I mean, you've got Frontier mode launch, spellbooks purchases going up. You've got survival mode cooldowns or not affecting other parts of the game like tournaments, brawls, and ranked battles. You've got what else here? I mean, we've got tons of stuff going on. I mean, we've got the raffle tickets for Desoshi going on for Gold Foil Arcanes.
Yeah.
You've got the raffle tickets happening in a couple of days for the Frontier mode. I mean, the list goes. I mean, literally, there's probably like a dozen things. We talk about the league proposal that recently I think didn't pass. You've got Bjangle's survival mode revamp proposal that's going on.
Oh, is that from Bjangle's?
Crypto Gaming Recovery Fund.
That's cool.
I mean, the Crypto Gaming Recovery Fund talking about 2 projects to potentially onboard here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Walking Dead was a big one
and,
too,
I mean, I'm
wasn't
sure
it?
there's tons of other stuff.
Yeah.
Say that again.
I said the Walking Dead one was pretty big too, if I remember correctly.
It might just be my connection, but you sounded like a robot there.
Did I really? Okay. I was saying that. Can you hear me now? Or normally now? Can anybody hear me? Lorcas, you there?
Yeah, you sound fine to me.
You sound fine. Oh, maybe it's just me.
All right. Let me just put this battle in. All right. I think I sound fine to Lorcas. So I don't know. Hold on. I need to see what's about to happen here if I'm going to lose badly. Dang it. I'm going to get smoked. Oh, look at all these misses.
I did extend the link to a couple folks, so we might get some in the stream. So just a heads up.
Love it, man. Are you gonna let us know who's, or is it gonna be a surprise if they join? Tails, I feel like there's a delay here.
I don't. Tails didn't respond, but Tails, can you hear me?
Yeah, I think I have a bad connection.
You want to try jumping in and out?
Let me rejoin. Let me exit and rejoin.
Okay, cool. Oh my gosh, look at all these backfires. Oh, I'm so close. Couple more backfires. Backfire. No! My God, are you kidding me?
So close.
I hate this game. I'm going to stay in survival mode only. All right, GG's to whoever I lost you. Oh, Splinons, are you? Okay, that's a respectable loss. Best of luck. All right, let's see if Tails is back in the mix. Oh, we got a lot of comments here that we can jump into also. All right, so while we wait for Tails, let's jump into the comments. Oh, Tails entered the studio. No, this is nice. Now they give me a little notification here. Yeah. All right, Tails, you back?
I can hear you now, at least for a little bit here.
Perfect. All right, hold on. Before we jump into a bunch of topics, let's so we don't let the comments get a little too wild. Let's jump into this and just acknowledge some folks. Keek says, I'm working on getting the conversation going about a Ghost Card Tournament series. I mean, we have that already with the Scholar series, but that'd be awesome. I want to play and earn cards, but it's been hard to find the time. Rukawa says, hey, Lorcas and Aftersound. Hope you're having a great day. I think that's before you join, Tails. He's a multi-accounting bot usually, so probably no worries on stream tonight. Oh, is that the Splinterlands Are You? That's all good. Tails, Drew's Blood says, what's up? Or base man. Brian Wu says, do you guys Frontier mode bring us real new players the last 2 weeks, or just alts which exploits Foundation cards through campaign? Now, here's the thing. Do you need this is a great question, actually. Do you need a spellbook purchase in order to sell cards or do anything with campaign? I thought it was completely free.
You need a spellbook to be able to sell cards in the market, but now when you join, the campaign cards you get are soulbound, so those can't be sold.
So do you think that spike in spellbook purchases might have been artificial, if this is what Brian's saying?
It's hard to say, but I can tell you that even after Tuesday, which I guess was just 2 days ago,
yeah,
the spellbook purchases are still up. They're still 20 plus per day average. Last time I checked on Peak Monsters. So it looks pretty good still. I mean, 24 yesterday, another 21 today. Yeah, you're right. And that's after them not being able to sell at least the initial campaign cards. Now, can they sell cards they earn in Frontier mode besides the campaign cards? Yes, absolutely. But we knew this. And here's the crazy thing that's interesting, right? And I think this is a good conversation to have as a community, because this is a good topic. Because for me, I've been spending more time playing Frontier mode than Modern Ranked. My Modern Ranked battles have capped out at 50 energy for the last by a week or so, because I don't have enough time to play both Modern and Frontier. Frontier is getting all my attention because I'm trying to get 15 wins in there every day. And well, I showed you in Discord what that's resulting in, right? From card sales. So I'm making more in Frontier mode, at least for the time being, than I would in Modern Ranked Champion.
But it's kind of wild.
The crazy, so we know that's going to go down. The prices are going down. People are going to max level their stuff at silver level, and the demand's going to go down. But here's the thing: it feels like a fresh game, like a reset, right? Because it feels like when we joined in 2021 after Sound, we're winning O'Shaughnessy's and stuff and rewards, what have you, even team cards if we joined early enough. It felt like, you could get something good, and it felt good, like you were getting rewards every day. It wasn't a lot of rewards, it was like 5 chests or whatever. It wasn't anything big, but you had a chance to get something meaningful, in one of those chests. And that's kind of what this game mode is doing. Like the cards themselves, you can use them in Modern Ranked or Wild, but you have to have SPS stake to win with them, and you really can't do anything outside of probably bronze or maybe silver with those cards anyways.
You can't even use them in Wild, right? I think you can only use them in Modern.
I think you can use them in Wild. I haven't tried it, but I think you can.
I think he's right. I think they stopped the use in Wild.
Yeah, I think Foundation's only available in Modern. It's not even available in Survival.
Okay.
I mean, but that's but to your point, like I get it. Yeah.
I mean, they're only usable really in Frontier mode. The only value is there. They have no value to burn for DEC. There's no value on land. There's no collection power. There's no value anywhere else in the game other than Frontier mode. But yet people are paying for them. Yeah,
that's my question. Why? Why are people? Is it just because they're new and people want to have them as soon as possible? Like what is causing the price to be driven up so much?
I think it's the raffles. The ability for the next, I don't know how many months it is. There's like 1,000 some prizes. Black foils, gold foil arcanes, and black foil arcanes. 76 cards every week are being raffled based on your performance in Frontier mode. Now, I think there's speculation that even though those cards aren't going to have any value again outside of Frontier mode necessarily, the point is they're collectible, meaning if you get a black foil legendary Frontier card in one of those raffles, it's still a 1 of 1. It's a collector's item, even though it may not, be useful in the game per se. So it brings elements to the game that are new, whether it's speculation, kind of speculative buying, summoners in this mode to see if they can get a black foil and get all their money back. I don't know. But the point is it's got people excited in playing the game, right? It's manual, it's not botted. And so it's interesting. We'll see where the experiment goes. I mean, from what I can tell, they don't publish Frontier battles or Frontier stats as far as players and stuff like that. From what I can tell, it's a success though. I mean, the market values, the volume is high on the cards. I get up battles all the time right away with real players, not bots, I'm assuming. So these are all good things, right? And if it brings in new players and new players go into Modern and they get, they use this free-to-play mode and they come into the game and play and not feel intimidated by getting smashed by people with full Chaos Legion decks, that's a good thing. What it turns into, I don't know, but I think there's definitely lessons to be learned here from the initial success of Frontier mode in the game. And maybe it's something that gets carried forth in some other parts of the game, and we get back to kind of that excitement that we had in 2021 as new players to the game. I don't know. There's definitely something to be said about earning card rewards that are non-soulbound, and earning them on a daily basis, even if it's just a small trickle. Because I talked about it in my video. If you look at the mint rates, let's just say there's thousands of players playing Foundation mode, which I think is fair at this point in time to say that. The legendary mint rate, there's only if you go to Peak Monsters and look at the BCX, it's like 100 per legendary card right now, which is very low. It's not like these are being minted by the millions like the old reward cards, right? So there's definitely it's paced and it's based on actual players in the game, and maybe that can be something that extended to modern at some point. I don't know. I mean, we have to see. Again, because this mode is all contained, there's no ability to earn SPS here. There's no ability to earn glint here. So it's all kind of self-contained, and it's not going to like get out of hand necessarily.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. It's a good sandbox for sure, and at the bare minimum, at least, is bringing new players into the game.
I would say that probably the most or the biggest takeaway I have from the success of Frontier mode is the fact that current players are enjoying playing it, which means that even though the meta is dumbed down, it's still fun, which means it's going to be fun for new players to come in and play, right? Like it's not going to be super complicated, nor is it going to be too easy. It's fun for current players, which means it'll be fun for new players to come in. And then that just serves as a nice gateway drug for them to get into the rest of the game if they really want to. Cool, man. That's actually, I haven't jumped into it as much. I played a couple battles, but I haven't even completed like one of the quests. And then I was looking at what they just announced this past Tuesday. Because now, hold on, what did it say here? Like, so you earn entries into the Frontier draws, right? So if you get 1 per quest for bronze, 2 for silver, 3 for gold.
Yep. I think it's raffle tickets, and I'll show you how many I think are available. But yeah, I mean, there's 76 highly collectible cards every week that are given away. And if you look at the leaderboards, if you just look at, the season stats and leaderboards, some of these leaderboards don't have very many people on them. So again, we don't know how many players are participating here, but if there's
what cards are they giving away though?
It's like a bucket. It's like a random, like a Gators bucket thing for every card in the set has X amount of black foils, gold foil arcanes, and black foil arcanes.
So that's how we get to the 76 cards.
Yeah, I think there's over 1,000 cards that are going to be given away over, I don't know, is it a year? A certain period of time, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh wow! Look, I'm all the way at the bottom. Wait, I fought 8 times.
Well, look at that stat. So that's interesting. So in Bronze League, you're ranked 2,834 with 40 rating. So that means there's at least 2,834 players playing in Bronze.
Yeah.
Which is impressive, I would say, given this mode just launched.
I wonder what that is in Modern. No, I mean, I'm actually pretty high in Modern, so actually this won't work. But I guess just 305 people ahead of me in Silver. Either way, pretty cool stuff. All right, so Frontier it is. I mean, I was just telling this to Lorcas, I think, before you hop in. It's just like there's so much going on in the sense where, like, because I normally play Wild or have my account botting there. Before I was playing a lot of just like practice modes for Modern just to keep up with the meta. But this whole past season, I've just been going crazy in survival mode and really, really enjoying kind of like the meta and the card management aspect that comes with it. So I haven't even spent time in Frontier mode. That seems like a whole other thing. And the Land is obviously just like another game mode that is a little bit more passive. But it's cool to have a bunch of places to kind of pick and choose where you want to engage with Splinterlands as a platform.
Yeah, and we could have also another avenue to get the word out, because I'll drop some alpha here on your stream for you. I just got the word today that we're going to be able to test Twitch drops on Mav server starting tomorrow. So I might be hitting
tomorrow. Nice.
Yeah, so I might be hitting you up if you want to do a test stream and test that out at some point. We'll get you set up. So yeah, it's moving along as well. As you're talking about projects and work being done that the team is doing. So that's moving along as well. So hopefully we're getting closer to having more Twitch presence online, and the ability for the community to benefit from that, and the streamers as well. So,
Well, right now I have one person watching on Twitch. If you're watching on Twitch, comment so that we can give you a shout out here. But yeah, it'd be good for us to have that. I don't know what they call it, category or topic. Start to have a lot more people watching, especially if we get more. Like you were saying, if we get into the alt season and people start looking up the games on Twitch, like YouTube is great. I actually love the YouTube live platform. It just makes things super easy. But they don't have a like discovery is not easy. You have to be following somebody. Twitch, you can just go browse game by game and it's a lot better. Wang Smith, let's go. One of one. I appreciate you typing into the chat. All right, let's catch up on a couple more comments here. SPS on base will be fire. Yeah, for sure. Still have the pickle raffle. Yep. Technical difficulties. Emma says yes to sell trade. Thank you, Emma. Our Keek says the series I want to focus on is about finding our best players. Isn't that what the scholar thing is? I think we have something for that already, Keeks. Navasha says we'll. Although I think that we should have like a league. It'd be cool to have some kind of like league where the top tier players play. Navasha, we'll find out whether or not it's artificial. Bananas, I bought a bunch of them to max out my cards. Okay, I think he's talking about the frontier cards or foundation cards. Navasha sells value at the lower levels. What's up, DeFizz? So Aaron says Frontier is too simple. It will get exploited by battle helpers, and they are not easy to catch. Now, is this a problem? If new players are coming in, like what's the point of battle help? Why would people battle helper it? Oh, let's assume we get to the point of equilibrium where the card values drop to something that's a little bit more respectable because we have way too many for the player base, and you get new people coming in. Are battle helpers really going to be an issue still in the long run?
well, I mean, there's no public battle helper services like there were before. I mean, if you have spreadsheets or if you have your private battle helper, would you actually spend the time to do that in Frontier? I don't know. I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't think that's a good use of a person's time personally, but
that's what I think. Yeah. All right. So Druids agrees with Brian. How so? You cannot compete as a new player. All right. Oh, 2 years of cards. Oh, Steve's in the house. Let's go. Steve, you want to jump in? Is he one of the guests?
He should be.
He should be. Steve, if you're free, you want to hop in, man. We're just having a little fireside chat here without the fire. I can't get over how hard it is to win a game. Yeah, Frontier was tough for me going to Battle 5. I think I won 2 out of 8, and that was not good for my soul. Let's go, Keys. All right, GG, my bot locked me out of the tournament. At the like. Appreciate you, man. Okay, so we caught up with the chat. I'm gonna grab some waters. I'm on my phone, so I'm just gonna be off camera. But Tails, where else do you want to go? We talked about base. We talked about.
I wanna chat. You know what time of year it is, right? It's almost October.
October, you mean?
Well, that too. But you know, the other thing that happens in October besides crypto going up is After Dark Fest. I want to know what's going on with After Dark Fest.
Oh, After Dark Fest. Yeah, we got to do something. I got to talk to. Well, actually, Darkest Night. We're already talking a bunch, but I think we're gonna figure something out for that. You're down to meet up again?
Oh yeah. If it's in Atlanta, it's easy for me to get there.
I think Atlanta's a nice meeting spot, so we can do that. I think we'll probably shoot for late October, early November again, something similar to what we did last time. This is me just talking to Keys, but I'll talk to Darkest Night and we'll just crash this place again or whatever. But yeah, we'll get something going for that.
Have to get Lorcas to fly out from the West Coast.
Do it, Lorcas.
See about the timing. It's not impossible.
I mean, we should just invite Matt down at that point. He's on the East Coast too, isn't he?
Yeah, he's up I think near Philly.
I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know how far that is, but
it's a drive.
Where's anyone know where Dave is? Maybe we can get Dave to come out. Matt can stay busy focused on designing the game. All right, Steve, I just sent you the thing, so come through if you want. Oh, he's already getting logged in. Red X, thank you for being here. MA says I've had 5 mirror draws, draw 1-5 win daily. MA, Florida. Oh, Florida's where Dave's at? Oh, we might have to invite Dave out for a chat and a hang. Okay, so yes, we will work on getting something scheduled for After Dark Fest, and we'll try to open it up to other folks if they want to come through and hang out. I mean, can you imagine if we hit alt season in the next couple of months and things do get absolutely bananas with crypto and crypto gaming? That could be a really fun time for us all to be together. Just saying.
Describe absolutely bananas, because like last I checked, Bitcoin was at an all-time high. Ethereum's closing in on an all-time high.
Yeah,
seems like we're getting there. I mean, I've heard the indicators like the SEO, the YouTube subscriptions, the YouTube views on crypto and stuff are all down as compared to the last 2021 bull run. But yet here we are with some of these prices. And then we haven't even talked recently about, Bitcoin dominance and what the ETH short squeeze and the liquidity available for ETFs to access ETH. So I mean, there's so much to talk about. After Sun, you've been gone too long, man. We haven't had a chance to talk about all these topics.
I know. Well, so I mean, there's so many directions that we could go with this. I'm hearing a lot of rumors that this ETH pump is really just insiders and it's not legit, which means we're not going to get an actual whatever. Then the other side of the coin.
You mean how the stock market stole our altcoin rally?
What's up, Steve? Yeah. Well, seriously,
all the insiders are doing these treasury companies, and that's where all the crazy gains are. So now all the big money is in the stock market, so we don't get our flow down, which is annoying.
I mean, treasury. So the treasury companies are like they're calling them the shit coins of this cycle, right? And like, look at me for example. I'm not playing with any crypto. All of my money is in MicroStrategy and Bitcoin treasury company. Well, really just MicroStrategy, and like running options with that because it's been way more fun to deal with the volatility of Bitcoin rather than some random project that some dude started on the other side of the world that I have no idea about. So like even for me, I have like zero interest in a bunch of other crypto projects out there. I'm like loosely following a couple of the games outside of Splinterlands, which I obviously have a lot of emotional investment in. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's been something I talked about a few times on the show with me and Bebe that there was a fear that with Bitcoin going mainstream and Bitcoin going into IRAs and then the treasury companies starting, we might not get an altcoin rally like the past, because in the past, if you made your money in Bitcoin and Bitcoin ran and you took it out, it was going to end up on a crypto exchange for sure. And you were going to for sure be like, let me play around with a few alts since I made a bunch of money. Now it's not necessarily true, though. I do think if ETH really pumps, if the treasury companies really get going and we get like a $10,000 ETH, you will see at least some Ethereum coins pump.
Dude, $10,000 ETH, that's not gonna happen. I mean, I hope it does. I'm still holding some ETH just to hedge my bets. But
well, there's only been one really well publicized Ethereum treasury company at this point.
Yeah.
So I mean, if there's 50 followers and they all start buying the Ethereum, there's only so much liquid out there to pull in. So,
Steve, I don't know, man. Talk like that makes me feel like we're at the top of the market.
Yeah, and until some of these treasury companies start to like the top for me is when you're going to start hearing people say you can get like 10% on your Bitcoin inside those companies. That's when things are going to be getting wild, because guys are going to be doing stuff in the background to try to one up each other and try to get you to buy their stock or send your Bitcoin into their company.
I know,
kind of like when
BlockFi
we had
Celsius all over again.
Yeah, BlockFi Celsius all over again, chasing yields, doing it back weird ways, and this time those companies are going to blow up instead of hopefully all of crypto.
So to that point, I mean, I would say that we're not anywhere near like mania phase, right? Tails, you were saying, Bitcoin's near or is all time highs, Ethereum's near all time highs. The flip side of what I was saying earlier about being bearish on this Ethereum pump is the fact that we actually haven't reduced interest rates yet. And so not that like a 25, basis point cut in September would do much, but if it starts to signal more enthusiasm in the markets overall and we start to get a lot more liquidity coming out, I think that could be beneficial for crypto from a trickle down standpoint. But that could actually, I'm hearing a lot of things where it's just like the cycle is just going to be super extended now because there's no real like 4-year cycles anymore. Everything because of terrorists, because of geopolitical stuff, everything just kind of got flattened out. And this cycle might go into like the first half of 2026. Maybe. I have no idea. I'm just repeating stuff that I've heard.
Hopefully longer, honestly, because no one's even really talking about buying islands yet, really. So we got a ways to go.
we got to wait for that. Cool, man. Steve, how have you been?
All right. I had the big blow up stream with Dave, and then my house flooded, so now I'm not making any more videos. So everybody probably thinks I gave up.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear about the flood.
Yeah, my dishwasher flooded my living room and my kitchen, and it's just been a pain in the butt fighting with the insurance company and my whole house. I'm walking on concrete right now. And we're probably going to be in a hotel for like a month or two while they fix everything back up. So we'll see how that goes. We're still waiting for final numbers and stuff. And insurance companies suck. Anyone who hasn't had to deal with it, they just suck.
I'm not going to disagree with that. That's for sure. I hope it goes smoothly for you, at least from here. But any kind of flooding sucks, man. It just throws you off your routine. So I'm sure people are missing the content.
Yep, we're going to try to do a video this weekend, but we'll see if we can do it or not. Luckily, we've had some other people come back into the field. Tails has been making some videos again.
Mm-hmm.
I've still been chatting with people on Discord about some of the major ideas. I'm kind of bummed out we're not getting more support for the possible Bitcoin rewards.
Well, Tails, let's pivot to that, man, because you put out a great video. Seemed to get a lot of traction. I mean, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, I truly believe that would be the catalyst for us in this current bull cycle. It would be essentially the equivalent of the SPS airdrop all over again, and it would be something that's sustainable too. You would roll it out with the remainder of the Conclave Arcana set. You could tie it into the mini set if they release one, and then you can use that as a foundation for the next pack sale, the next major pack sale. And I mean, I've outlined it in my video. I've talked about it on the People's Guild podcast. I think I've had some comments to Dwayne's video on YouTube where he talked about it a little as well. I truly believe it is a virtuous loop that you build into modern ranked. Now, of course, you could argue that, you don't do Bitcoin, you do USDC or Ethereum, whatever. The point being is the ability for us to do a reward share pool based on DAO revenue sales as a way to, again, not just lock up DEC in the DAO like Fort Knox and never use it and have no purpose. Like, look, if you look at any wealthy individual, right, they have capital at their disposal, and the way they leverage that capital strategically to gain more benefits is what the DAO should have been doing all along, in my opinion, with its assets, rather than just sitting on it and hoarding it like you're Scrooge McDuck and want to take a swim every afternoon in your gold pile, right? It does no one any good. It doesn't benefit the game. It doesn't benefit the assets. It doesn't benefit the tokenomics. It doesn't benefit anyone, the players either. With this type of system, you have the ability to generate marketing. You have a way to generate sustainable rewards. You have a way to bring new players into the game, especially at a time where everything's aligning with the crypto markets, with the frontier mode, with all these other things that are happening in and around us. Now is the time to do innovative and bold things. And I stand by the belief, my personal belief, that SPS at 10 cents is not possible if we go down the current roadmap and status quo of the game in the next year. It's just not possible.
Mm-hmm.
However, this is a path to SPS at 10 cents within the next 12 months, I believe. Now, here's the thing. There's no risk for us to put a community-based DAO proposal to do this and just say, hey, for the next 4 to 5 months between August or let's say September through the end of December, we'll try this out. We'll see if it works. And it's just going to be funded by Conclave Arcana pack sales. And if no Conclave Arcana packs sell, which I don't think that's the case. I think they will sell very well because of the Gators bucket and the prize pooling there. But that's a separate topic. But if no Conclave Arcana packs sell, then there's no reward pool and there's no swapping for DEC for other crypto to fund that reward pool. So it's a net wash. It's no harm, no foul. However, if Conclave Arcana packs are sold, it funds a reward pool. Let's say BTC, BTC, which is Coinbase BTC on the base chain, is given out into your linked wallet. And you're able to now have a stockpile of Bitcoin thanks to Splinterlands. Yeah. And you say, hey, I want to get more of these Bitcoin rewards. Where do I get them? Well, I only get them in Modern Ranked. Well, how do I do better in Modern Ranked? Well, I need to buy Conclave Arcana cards and level them up so I can get into Champion and win there and get more of these rewards. So by buying more Conclave Arcana packs funds more reward pools, right? So it's a virtuous cycle that doesn't there's no risk, right? But people say, well, you're selling DEC. Well, here's the crazy thing that when you think about it, and there's a precedent for selling DEC, and it's called the team. The team sells DEC. So prior to the DAO pack sharing, let me give you a history for those that may not be aware of this, right? So prior to the DAO funding the Splinterlands team with funds and getting a half of the proceeds from the pack sale, the team got 100% of the DEC from the pack sales, right? And what did they do with that DEC? Well, they either swapped it into credits, right? Or they sold it on the market to pay salaries and server costs, right? There's a past history of that. It's on the blockchain. You can see the team selling DEC. So there's obviously been DEC sold before to maintain servers for the betterment of the game, to continue the game's development, right? What we're saying here is that 50% of a Conclave Arcana pack sale goes to the team to pay developers and the game servers and upkeep. Great. Fantastic. We all agree with that. That's great. That DEC will get converted to credits. It'll get sold if it's needed, whatever, right? Now, that 50% that comes to the DAO, right, it's just half of the proceeds of the pack sale. Well, now it's going to be 100% given back to the players in a reward share, right? So now the thing is the DEC that's being swapped or sold to get that, let's say, BTC reward is only 50% of the actual pack sale rewards of what's actually being exchanged for that pack. So you're never selling the same amount or more DEC than's being taken in, right? So that's where it creates a cycle where it really can fuel an increase in assets, an increase in players, and an increase associated to the SPS value, which obviously, because we're not minting more DEC like the SPS DEC flywheel does, we're creating more demand for actually DEC and SPS and the asset values by new players coming in, right? By people buying Rebellion cards on the market, by buying Conclave Arcana packs. These are things that all are net benefits to the game. So yeah, if you have to sell some DEC to get all of these extra benefits that are a net positive in the ecosystem, why wouldn't you? Just as like a no-brainer. So no risk, high reward, easily doable, not a huge tech lift. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, and the other part I'll just add in is that while a lot of people think that the selling of the DEC would be like a really bad thing and push it down, since you're earning Bitcoin rewards for having a good modern deck, DEC will still have its peg to packs. So it creates like almost like another little rewards wheel inside of our system. And we know that that kind of works because as DEC gets cheaper, and you can get 100 packs for maybe 30-40% off if it really went that low, there will be speculators that are willing to do that to spin up a deck to earn more Bitcoin, because you can earn Bitcoin playing the game at that point. And then that funds more Bitcoin coming into the game because they bought a bunch of packs. And that would be the thing that I think protects us a little bit from that downtrend. I certainly would be more inclined to actually finish my deck, which I'm not. I haven't finished yet for Modern, and stick around if I thought, because like one of my arguments against it right now that I had with Dave is our coin keeps going down. We haven't figured out a way to fix that. We haven't brought in enough players to need to stake enough to want to earn our coin to drive our coin up. And I kind of agree with Tails. I don't see a way to do that right now while just offering our coin as your main reward. You turn it into offering the most premium crypto there is on top of our coin. Now there's going to be some people who might want to speculate. Now you might get some more players coming in who have to stake SPS, because we're getting that drive of players coming in right now. Marketing has done that a little bit. The foundation set has done that a little bit. We're getting spell books coming in, but you have to be able to convert those people to Modern to have it help us as a community, to have us help us as a game. And I mean, would you just keep playing Frontier for free, selling a few cards here and there, perhaps winning a few rare cards here and there if you're a new player, or would you want to invest a lot more money so you can go play Modern just to win some SPS? It's a hard argument right now because the amount of money you have to put in compared to what you can win, the math, unless you love the game, the math isn't there right now.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of this. There was a lot that was said. So let me just say that I do believe that we need more incentives for Modern format. I like the idea of adding Bitcoin into the game, regardless, just from a marketing standpoint. I think that's going to catch the attention of a lot of people who are Bitcoin focused. I don't mind selling DEC for Bitcoin. At the same time, it does complicate how the flywheel works. So we're complaining about SPS going down right now, and it's simply because there's just too much SPS out there, right? We gave out too much. There's too much in circulation. We're probably still giving out too much, considering what the current kind of dynamics within the game are. By selling DEC, we're actually delaying the flywheel further, but we're muddying the waters by getting something that's completely non-correlated to us by buying Bitcoin, right? By buying BTC.
Here's
Now,
the thing.
yeah,
I
the
would say
flywheel is
after
going to have
some.
three aspects. Instead of just burning SPS for DEC, you're going to have this whole Bitcoin thing that kind of plays into it. But go ahead, Tels.
Well, I was going to say, what is the solution to all of our challenges?
What is the solution?
Yeah, what is the single solution to all of our challenges?
SPS going up.
No,
New players.
More people.
It's more people, and it's not just more people that are playing Frontier. It's more people who are going to stake 100,000 SPS to go play in the crypto part of our game.
And this is what this does. This is how it uplifts SPS, is because it brings in the players. It brings in the demand for staked SPS. It brings in the demand for cards, right? So this is what we're talking about. This is, if we talk about waiting for the marketing cavalry to arrive, I mean, you can run X ads or whatever and talk about Frontier mode, but I mean, that only gets you like 20 spell books. What we want to target is 200 or 2,000 spell books a day, right? That's what we're talking about. When that happens, right, we're not talking about the flywheel potentially starting. We're witnessing the flywheel starting at that point, right? So that's the power of something like this. And we can see just a spark of that by just trying it for a few months with just existing Conclave Arcana sales. Now the reward pool is not going to be huge. Like let's say we sell $100,000 with the Conclave Arcana packs in a month. Well, I mean, is that reward pool huge at $100,000 across, let's say, a couple thousand players? No, but I tell you what, it's a start, and that's if we can prove the concept. Like if you do the math and you look at the data, it makes sense. Like what I've looked at makes sense, but we really can't understand the effects in a live environment that has all these other moving parts associated to your point, that's complex, without trying it. And that's why, look, if you ask the community, if the bot ban in Modern, trying that would have been successful, like no one would ever say go back to having Modern botted at this point in time. And why? Because we tried it and it was successful and we're able to move forward. That's what we're talking about here, right?
Yeah. I mean, again, I think it's a fascinating idea. I think it's absolutely worth trying. I'm going to say something inflammatory though, but and this is probably the Bitcoin Max in me talking. But the more I think about it, the idea of introducing Bitcoin is just going to show exactly why having our own token, or own tokens, I should say, with SPS and DEC is absolutely unnecessary, right? Because if we start getting to the point where we're giving out Bitcoin rewards, that's what people want. Nobody gives a damn about SPS.
Well,
So
that's
the
exactly
question then
right.
becomes, why wouldn't it be simpler for the team to just sell $4 packs and then take $2 from that and buy Bitcoin to fund the rewards forever, knowing that like we give a little bit out. You know what I mean?
That's what we can do.
Muddy the waters with SPS
But that's what we're
DEC?
saying to change it to. This would be the test to prove it.
Exactly. Because
I know, but I'm just saying,
And then
if we go down that
SPS
road,
is just a governance token.
exactly. You can have both, right?
Yeah.
So here's the thing: is what it does is it proves that. So look, we are all in Web3 and we're seeing Web3 crash and burn around us. Why? Because no one's figured out the secret sauce that makes it work. What we're talking about here is something that could prove that a reward share going back to the player base in a form of like a blue chip crypto, not a game generated token, can provide sustainable rewards and sustainable development funding for a game, right? Because look, Web3 and Play and Earn could have got it all wrong from the very beginning, creating AXS and SPS and all these tokens that really don't have any true value, that really, no one necessarily wants per se, because the games can't build the sinks and the utility within the games themselves. Well, why don't, to a reward share, give something that everyone knows has value, or most people believe have value, and then build from that? So yes, could it create more questions and answers for us in the path forward? Yeah, absolutely. But that's what trailblazing does, is it creates solutions to problems and creates new problems that need to be solved. Is Splinterlands, the SPS token, perfect today? No, absolutely not, right? Anyone that says it is lying or just delusional, because it's below a penny. It's continuing to erode in value as we get more of it, and we don't get the utility there. Is this something that shows a path? Like in a year and a half or 2 years, SPS emissions are done. We're out of SPS emissions, and the game needs to do something to keep players from a Web3 perspective and be able to sell cars and assets that you want to buy to earn something in the game. This is a way to prove that this is a model that can work alongside the SPS token that we have today.
Yeah, well, look, I'm me, I love Bitcoin. So I think the sooner we adopt the Bitcoin strategy, and that can be in whatever capacity that we massage as we move along, the faster we do that, the better. Like there needs to be some element of Bitcoin involved in what the team is doing, in what the DAO is doing, and how the game is funded, and how the game is rewarding its players. That has to include Bitcoin, because otherwise, like, I'm one of those people that it's just like everything goes to zero against Bitcoin, right? So like this is only going to get significantly more and more difficult and more cost prohibitive as we move forward. I do want to throw it to Lorcas though. I don't know, Lorcas, if you're listening, if you have any thoughts on this, but as somebody who's spent a good amount in the game, what is your perspective on if we introduce Bitcoin? How does that change your perspective and your potential spending habits within the game, if it does at all?
I have no idea.
Like,
It's
is
an
it
interesting idea.
enticing to you, right? Like, or is it just interesting?
It's interesting. I don't know that enticing is the right word, but it's interesting.
Okay. Like, I guess I'm trying to figure out. Yes, we might get a bunch of like new players, and Lucas, I'm just using you as an example because you're here. But it's like, would it make you buy a second Conclave Arcana deck and get a second Scholar, or is it just like Bitcoin's cool, but I'm happy with what I have right now?
You mean a fourth modern deck?
A fourth, yeah, another modern deck.
Yeah, I already very much have a second one.
Okay, fair enough.
No, I think I'm just I think I've got the decks that I want for the most part, and I want to see them be worthwhile.
Okay.
So if this is how they became worthwhile, that would be interesting.
Cool.
I guess I am concerned what that means for SPS if we wanted to switch our token that we're giving away to Bitcoin. Maybe it means the SPS would go up too. But as someone that has been stockpiling Bitcoin for the past few years, or SPS for the past few years, I don't like the idea of it having less utility. But let's see.
Well, yeah, I don't think we should ever stop.
Rewards.
Like, I think we should continue giving it out, but Bitcoin in addition would be fantastic.
Yeah, because you're still giving SPS reward emissions from the predetermined SPS reward pools, and you still have the SPS utility of the DAO and the SPS sinks in the game and the DEC SPS flywheel. It's all connected. That does not go away. All we're saying is that right now, 50% of the pack sales that we get from Conclave Arcana go to the DAO and are locked up. It's essentially basically like burning the DEC that we're earning from the DAO sales, because there's no purpose to use it. Like the DEC, currently the rule, or the golden rule right now for any DEC that goes into the DAO from pack sales, is it's essentially locked and counted as burnt. Like it's never going to be sold or used for any purpose. And that's a mistake. But this changes that by saying future pack sales will actually 100% of that go to the players as rewards. And that is a significant change from a value proposition. And that's the test, right? Is the test of sustainable reward shares, because it's not 100% reward share, it's a 50% reward share. But when I talked about my video, no company has been willing to say that we will fund reward share in our game to our players at a 50% clip. In fact, I would say a majority of Web3 projects would go on the record and say that we're not sharing any profits or rewards from the revenue we get in our game with the players directly. In many cases, they mint tokens out of nowhere and they give those tokens away, and they have no real world value or dollars behind them per se. This is a way that you put real world value based on revenue that the game's taking and give it right back into the players at a ratio that is unheard of in capital America, or capitalism, or whatever you want to call it, right? People don't share 50% of their revenue with their customers.
Yeah, again, I mean, I'm all for the idea. Like this is much more impactful than what I was suggesting, right? I remember, I think one of the ideas that I had was that we just take whatever we're burning every day out of the DAO and use that to buy Bitcoin. But I wasn't even talking about using it as rewards yet. I just wanted us to build up a stockpile. But by making this a revenue share, you're hitting on a bunch of different kind of marketing aspects that could be really beneficial in the long run. So I'm for it. I know that there's been a lot of talk about Bitcoin. I mean, even Level Up Life, for example, has had conversations with Matt about, getting Bitcoin involved in land and stuff like that. And so I don't know what the progress of that conversation is, and how real it is versus how much it's just kind of like a conversation about the future. But like I said, I think it's important for our game to have some kind of exposure to Bitcoin from multiple angles, right? Not just from a longevity treasury asset standpoint, but also from a marketing standpoint.
Yeah,
Let's
and it's a fun
I
way to
get that.
market it too. And the one thing about the Bitcoin rewards compared to SPS rewards that could change this game for us, and this is just something more of a recent thing that we've seen that's happened with us, is when we first, the people who've been in Splinterlands for the first time, if you were in beta, if you bought a couple extra beta packs, it funded your Untamed journey. When Untamed ended, if you had some of those cards, you paid for Chaos Legion. And then since then, that has stopped. And even though Rebellion got close to making us get back to that area, Rebellion packs are still only $5, right? Maybe because we haven't had a run in the Hive ecosystem. We haven't had that altcoin market yet. Maybe they can be $20 packs in the future. They certainly haven't done it as quickly as those old sets did it. So Bitcoin has shown more than any other coin that it may have dips, but over time goes up. So that means that the player base is going to be collecting an asset that will always give them more money to put back into the ecosystem. Also without directly hurting the ecosystem, right? If you got a little bag of Bitcoin from playing the game and you need to bring it into Splinterlands, you're not hurting the game. If you have a bunch of SPS that you need to go and dump to get the next set, we're hurting our own tokens, right? When assets come out. So it would create a different dynamic there. Now that would be when Bitcoin completely becomes maybe the main reward, but you'd still give out all the SPS as a governance token. And the real goal here I see is, like Tail said, is there a game out there you can play right now, guys, and you win Bitcoin playing it directly? They're not many.
No, and there's not a lot, like from what I've played, and this is a couple of years ago, but like they're not at the level of sophistication and complexity as something like the Splinterlands ecosystem, right? Which is why I think, because Splinterlands has survived and they have the track record and now they're thriving in a sense of really expanding upon the game, it's not like a fly by night thing where it's just like, oh yeah, this is a company that does X, Y, and Z. It's like, nah, we're going to be at a point where we're well established in the crypto gaming ecosystem. We're respected, even though it's a small game, but it has a team that continues to build and a community that's been semi hardcore for the past half a decade plus. And so all of a sudden, like, adopting Bitcoin just makes sense, and you can be a leader in that rather than a follower. Largus, were you saying something earlier?
Yeah, I think it misses my point entirely. I get the idea of 50% revenue share, but instead of people selling their SPS to remove money from the ecosystem, we're literally just removing money from the ecosystem, and then they have the option to bring it back in. I don't see this as a solution. It is a future option for rewards when we stop doing SPS, but only if we continue with our schedule of SPS. I could be convinced that this is a good idea, but I would rather see something like a halving of our SPS rewards. I would rather see something like that.
Okay, so that's a fair point. It is taking money out of the ecosystem regularly, with the option to bring it back in. Here's the thing: I don't want SPS rewards to go away. Like, just because I was saying we're gonna have Bitcoin and it's gonna show that we don't need the other tokens. We already have the other tokens. People have worked so hard, either buying or earning or buying assets that earn them. So I don't want to get rid of SPS. That was never my intention. I was just going to say that it's just going to show how redundant it is. But since we have SPS and SPS is so integrated within the ecosystem from a staking standpoint, from a governance standpoint, I think it's important that we make sure that SPS continues to go up. Now, my thesis for this is that this is just a timing issue. It's a timing and a demand issue, which, sure, we need a ton of new players to come in, but also this could be accomplished without a ton of players. And this is why I'm excited for us to hit kind of like the mid-cycle flywheel. And when I say mid-cycle, I mean like between like major releases, because there's no major catalyst that's going to come in and burn a ton of SPS, or buy and burn a ton of SPS the way that we had with the Rebellion presale and we had with the Conclave Arcana presale. Now, my hope is that we're going to get like a consistent but relentless like 40 million DEC worth of $40,000 worth of credits coming in that buys a good amount of SPS per week, for the team doing it, and then we're actually going to see what consistent buy pressure on SPS looks like. Now, we're still going to have sell pressure because people will be selling either the rewards that they earn in the game, or they'll be selling because SPS reaches a certain milestone. But I really think that not necessarily, within the next 6 to 12 months, although it'd be nice, we could see SPS start to like move higher and higher as we burn through all of the extras or all of like the excess that currently exists in the ecosystem, which I would say we're at 1.5 billion circulating. And then there's another like 1.2 billion sitting in the DAO. Like there's a lot in there, and we're a long ways away from like burning through more than enough of what's currently needed by the player base. So yes, I mean, I'm not saying that we don't need new players coming in and creating a demand to have 200,000, 200,000 SPS, like that raises the threshold. But this is just a matter of timing for me. Eventually with SPS.
I don't know. I used to be more on your side of that. But I mean, we've gone through a couple sets. We've gone through a couple sets where we got a little bit of a pump now, a couple releases, and the token went down. And the last set also, and the more recent history, as I pointed out in my stream with Dave, and I know a lot of people noticed this, but it stepped away from your dolphinish players and into only the whale type players for getting like really good rewards in the airdrops, in being able to keep up with the sales. And so that's an interesting place to go, where you're demanding more and more money, but your token you're giving out is getting lower and lower and lower consistently. I mean, if I don't see how that continues to work, and we're at this point, 14 months away from like the next set. Maybe we get a mini set in between there, but everything that they've been adding, well, it doesn't necessarily all give money to them. I'm not saying they're money grabbing, but they're adding mechanisms into the game that is just taking more money from the players, whether it be the wagon repairs, whether it's that, a player who had a full set of cards used to get 7 to 8 airdrops. Now they're getting 3 to 4. So now instead of an airdrop being, hey, I pulled 1 gold, I broke even. Hey, I pulled 2 gold, I made money. It's, oh crap, I only got 3 cards. They're all regular. This is now, instead of a maybe spend $20 moment, it's a spend $200 moment if I want to keep that card as a max card for my set. And you keep asking that right now. I mean, maybe the new players come in, maybe Frontier Mode convinces them this game is amazing, and they want to make that huge investment, and they want to get that big SPS bag and stake it. But I haven't, I don't know. I don't. This is the one piece of this puzzle. If you come in to play Frontier and you want to just play Frontier, win your free cards, win your free summoners, win your entries into giveaways, and just get a bunch of stuff for nothing, how many of those players are going to be Lorcases? Maybe there's a bunch. I don't know. but we're going to need them. Otherwise, I don't see how SPS goes up anytime soon. It's just going to keep going down. I know I'm getting to the point where I'm going to be dumping SPS soon. I'm almost at 1 million. When I get to 1 million, I said, that's it. It's a dump coin for me.
Yeah.
And until, because I don't need any more than that. I'm not going to be one of those guys that gets 50 million. I'm just not, I don't have that kind of money. And if SPS succeeds, I'm sure having 1 million of them, I'll be okay.
Yeah.
So
I think there's one thing I want to touch on there. So it's a very interesting point, Steve. But I do want to, because you mentioned the wagons and the conflicts, and I know you had a stream and you talked about some of your concerns there. I've heard rumors, and I understand that there's a possibility that there could be some really good news on that front coming. So I think there's still hope, and I think there's a good solution that I think will make you happy.
I've heard those rumors too.
Yeah.
We talked to some of the same people.
What's the rumor? Or you don't want to
we're sworn to secrecy at this point.
Okay, fair enough.
But I can tell you, Tails, it doesn't do it for me.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe you've heard something different than I have, but
I guess we could talk later. But maybe there's more to the story than I heard. But I heard, like, I'll tell you the thing that from what I heard, it wasn't going to change anything of the current conflicts.
Okay.
So, if you heard different, talk to me later.
Fair enough. All right.
Yeah, because that's my big issue with the current conflicts is I have a very close to max set, and I'm going to get 4 cards. I mean, my cards aren't close to max, but I do have some black foils, so my CP is like a max set. And I'm like, crap! I'm going to have to spend if each of these cards I'm guessing are going to be somewhere between $20 and $30, especially with the $6 wagon cost that they are going to cost each person. Given there's in the first drop that's going to be a little bit skewed because they're not getting punished if you get 100 cards and have 50 wagons. You're only going to have to repair 50. So for them, it's only a $3 wagon cost per card. But by the second airdrop, that'll go away. And so these cards are going to have an extra floor of somewhere between $4 and $6, depending on where wagons are at through this whole thing. And to me, wagons are going to be expensive-ish because most players who play land are barely breaking even on resources. Between the fact that they have to go buy grain. I know, like for me, I have a good amount of land. I make a ton of stone. I can turn the extra stone I make into grain and iron to cover my 2 that I'm not making enough of. But I'm only netting enough resources to make maybe 3 wagons a week. And I'm a player running 150 lands.
Wow.
So I don't know who's going to make all these wagons. I know there's some whales out there that can make a decent amount, but
yeah. All right, hey, let's pivot real quick. I just want to make sure we get the rewards out to the folks. So congrats to MA for winning the tournament. I'm sorry, Usajin for winning the tournament. Why did I see that incorrectly?
Oh man, you gotta apologize for that one. Sorry.
So Ilwa, Splinterlands, RU, J, SMQD, and MA.
Is it actually over?
It is actually over. Yep.
Oh, okay.
So, and wait, see, it does say MA is the winner. Isn't that weird?
I think it's the best of 5 in that last round.
It says round 5 is in progress. I think we still have 1 battle to go.
Oh, you're right. It's not done yet. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, you jumped the gun.
I did jump the gun. Oh, you know what it was? That's why it changed, because I think I probably looked at it earlier when MA had more wins. I don't know. Okay, either way, tournament's still going. But we can start on the rewards already. So Ilwa, Splinterlands RU, J, MSQD. Make sure you go and check out the description of the details here, and you'll be able to get this list where it says this list. That'll take you to a little spreadsheet, so you can start taking a look at what cards you want and throw that into the chat. Speaking of the chat, I do want to catch up real quick. There's not too many here, but Druid says, how does Frontier bring new players into the main game? I do not see it. I agree. So Druids, I'll just say that it brings new players into the Splinterlands ecosystem. How much of that carries over into Modern, I think, is still up for debate. But if somebody likes the game, the core aspect of it, right, I do think that there could be, as long as the funnel's big enough and the conversion rate is high enough, you will get people that filter over in. What that looks like, I don't know. It depends on how big of a funnel you can create. Anka agrees with Tails. Let's try it. Sorry, what's someone gonna say something?
No, I was going to say we've got Beach Angles in the audience as well. We need to get him on here and make this content creator town hall.
Ooh, Beach Angles, you want to hop in? Let me see if I can shoot Beach Angles a quick note. Beach Angles, I'm just gonna DM you the link if you want to hop in. Feel free to. BTC is king, says Ankh. I agree. Damn, you shut down Tavern. We're all here. All right, party's here. Rock on. I checked the almost mirror match. It was tactics. It was different. All right, we'll get to that first in the final round. I think 25% rev share is good, says Ankh 12. Are you open to negotiation, Tails?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I threw that at him too. That it might have to be a little bit lower because the DAO has to increase their holdings a tiny bit.
Yeah, I mean, whatever it takes to get it tested. I mean, let's
Yeah.
get a test going and see what we can get cooking here.
The Ankh is saying if we did that a couple months ago, we would be up 20% on BTC. But a better, if we're gonna do a hypothetical of like a revisionist history, we should really look at it as if we had started during Rebellion when Bitcoin was what, in the 20-30K. I mean, you'd be up 400%. You'd be up 400% because this is what we're trying to look at, right? If you're doing this now with the idea that it's going to have a better and bigger impact on future cycles, right? And I'm talking about Splinterland cycles, and every 18 to 24 months. That's what we'd be looking at. Hopefully, by the time the next set comes out, we're looking at a $200,000 Bitcoin or whatever it is. We can do both. What's up? Respect the respect. Thanks for being here. If Dave McCoy's in the house, let me know. I think we could get some attention with this free market or fee marketing. There's People's Guild. How to mark delegation in the docs file. Don't know.
I think it's like, how do you request which card? Because he's, I think, requesting for Sparnons. Are you? A couple comments later.
Oh, so his next to the chat. Oh, so just let us know which one you want. I was saying Summoner Lorcus. All right, so your topic would be Lorcus. Illawa wants a Kane or Nidhogger. Usujin wants Lorcus as well. Do we have two Lorcuses?
No.
Everyone wants Lorcus. That summoner's busted.
You got away with a good one there. All right, so Usujin got the win. So Usujin gets top pick. So Lorcus goes to him. MA, you're next if you want to say what you want. And then we'll get, I think I saw JSMQD on Twitch. You haven't commented, but I saw you followed me, so thanks for that. All right, MA wants Fizbo. You got the other two here. Splinterlands RU wants Lorcus, or we'll be able. Okay, so respect the respect. If you pick something else now, because there was only one Lorcus and it's already been taken, unless you want another available summoner. And then we should get to the bottom of that. Then we can just focus on the conversation. And oh shoot, it's already 11:20 or almost 11:20.
Well, it scared me, you East Coast guys.
What's that?
I said you scared me, you East Coast guys. It's only 9:18, dude.
No, it's later here on the East Coast. It's already
East,
Friday.
Yeah,
You're one time zone. Yeah, closer.
East Coast. It's already Friday.
Yeah.
I won nothing. He asked me to send the request here. Place him any summoner. I think it would be nice. All right. Well, Splinterlands, are you? We'll take any summoner that you have available, Lorcus.
Do we have the third place person here?
JSMQT has not said anything. There's one person listening on Twitch. I don't know if that's him or not, but I got a note on my email that he just followed my Twitch account. So cool, thank you for that. But I haven't seen him comment. So if anything, just give to the people who are here so far. and then if he comes back in, he can pick.
And did we hear from Ilya?
Yeah, Ilya wanted a Kane or Nidhogger. Leandro, it's 120. You must be super far east. I didn't realize you were 2 time zones ahead of me.
Yeah, what time zone would that be?
I don't even know. I mean, is that what, like Montreal or something?
It might be Brazil.
Brazil? Okay. Well, he's at Canada, so.
Okay. I didn't realize Canada had some East Coast stuff that hit another time zone.
He could be in fishing somewhere off the coast of Canada.
Some late night fishing.
Late night fishing. That's when the tuna comes out. All right, Django said I'll catch the next one.
You have to go to the trash can.
All right, Jangles, be safe, man.
Is this all trash?
Oh yeah, that was funny. I was talking to him the other day. He's like, "Oh, apparently there's a typhoon."
Atlantic Canada, close to New York. All right, so we beat the Bitcoin thing to death a little bit. So what other topics do we have we can cover before we hop off for the night? Anything else you wanted to go through, Tails?
Well, I mean, we got the conflict drop happening tomorrow morning, right? Or this morning, as the case may be. So that's exciting. I mean, has anyone taken a look at the card and decided to play it? I mean, it's so. I will definitely say that the first airdrop card looks very offensive for Dragon. Steve, I think you might have some background noise there.
Yeah, I'm just meeting real quick.
So the first card is definitely very offensive. The second card that was just revealed seems very support oriented, kind of like a Jicarilla with camo. So it's gonna be interesting to see the dynamics there between those two cards.
I agree. I think I like the first one better, but the thing with the game is I gotta give it to Matt, because he really set out to accomplish this goal of like, what if no two games ever look the same, and then kind of like in addition to that, creating cards that are very situationally strong or unique, and I do feel as though Splinterlands accomplishes that really well. It's not that I didn't like playing Magic the Gathering. I love playing Magic the Gathering, and even more recently, like Parallel, right? Like you get into a strategy and you just try to do it. But I think what keeps Splinterlands fresh for me is the fact that like every time you click the battle button, you have no idea what you're going to get. And sometimes you get garbage, like freaking back to basics. But other times you get interesting things where it's just like, oh, I never would have used this card, but let me give it a shot now because it's kind of perfect for this scenario.
Well, I think there's also something to be said about the format of Splinterlands in the auto battler sense, because your traditional games like Gods Unchained or Parallel, as an example for TCGs, they require a lot more effort and time. Like Parallel is definitely set up more for maybe a streaming and an esports audience.
Yeah.
But Splinterlands, I mean, look, you can go into Splinterlands Frontier mode and get a battle in like 2 minutes, and you're on to the next dopamine hit, right? So there's something very powerful about that, I think,
I agree,
that other games do not have. Like for me to play Parallel, I need to carve out basically 90 minutes to 2 hours to sit down and say, hey, I'm going to play Parallel now, and I'm going to, do this. Splinterlands, I can just hop in and, while I'm doing whatever in the background, I can play it, and it's perfectly fine.
Yeah. So. Wait, is there an iPhone mobile app yet? Or no, they said they're still working on that. Right?
Did you want to talk at all about the recovery fund game, and what do you have opinions on that? Our first thing that we're looking to do for The Walking Dead and Tokyo Beast.
We mentioned that earlier. So actually, no. But we actually didn't jump into it. So I want to do this just because I'm gonna close out the stream soon. So I want to make sure we get to this. But we do have 2 cards to give away to the chat. So while we're talking about this topic, I'm just gonna I'm gonna do a giveaway. Is that what you said, Larkus?
Delegate, yeah.
Oh, sorry, delegation giveaway. Sorry, delegation giveaway for a week or until the next stream. So similar to what we do, I'm gonna keep it very easy. We got what? Not too many people in the chat, so we'll just keep it between 1 and 1,000. So between 1 and 1,000, pick your number. I'm gonna do the private chat right now and put my number here to keep me honest. So you guys throw your numbers, you throw your guesses into the chat as well as your IGN. Has to have both, otherwise it is not valid. No Price is Right rules, and whoever's the closest wins. So while those are coming in, Steve, I'm gonna give it to you. What are your thoughts on these things?
Yeah, so I got asked to be a part of the team. It was definitely interesting to talk to some of the other players who are in there and get the opinions on, like, should we start looking to leverage, like, to me, this is leveraging the fact that we are 7 years and counting. We even if our coin isn't doing great, we have figured out a DAO ecosystem that's working better than most. We have figured out a way for the DAO to fund the creators of the game. We've done this on 2 different sets. Splinterlands has a very interesting story to tell people who have dealt with games who have rugged them or failed them. I felt like the 2 that we picked were good choices because Tokyo Beast was in the news. It was soon, and those players are getting some of their money back. So they might have money to bring into a different game. And if you say, hey, you're going to get some extra rewards if you come play our game, that's a pretty good pitch. Gala and The Walking Dead, I think we picked that as kind of a little bit of a way to reach out to a group of players that, are probably feeling bad. If that game shut down, there were some people that put quite a lot of money into it. Yeah. But it also has the added little effect of going, hey, Gala people, you want to look at us?
Gala Ecosystem is still pretty big, too.
Yeah, they have a lot of different games, right? And we're just for now offering this to one Gala game. But by doing that, you can make all of the Gala eyes look at us. Now, we did talk about, you don't want to go to war with a project that's active, but we still felt it was worth, we're looking at going after a pretty good big size player base. And it's definitely going to be an interesting program as it grows, and possibly the next projects, instead of us picking them, might be picking from a group of people who come to us as this goes forward. So it's definitely, I think it's a good idea, but I was kind of wondering, maybe I haven't heard from people who are not inside the group yet on how they're taking it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I gave my thoughts in a video, but I'll just reiterate them real quick here. I mean, we decided to set this up, and so the first opportunity we have, it's got to be really, really bad for us to not go through with it. You know what I mean? So it's like, unless it was just a terrible project, I see no reason for us to not at least try to turn this into a proof of concept. Keep it small. It doesn't need to be anything crazy, but I think we absolutely do need to go for it. I don't know if Lorcas or Tails has any other thoughts.
Yeah, that's basically my thoughts as well. I wasn't involved with selecting them, but I don't need to be decided we're going to do this. We should try it.
Gotcha. Tails, any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I'm with Steve there. I mean, we're kind of working on it, and yeah, I mean, look, it provides an opportunity for us to test this. Again, similar to testing the changes to survival mode, testing Bitcoin rewards, testing the ability for us to gain new players, by giving them an olive branch when a project fails. So I think these are all good initiatives. And I think, I'm curious to see, I think the next steps, once these proposals hopefully pass, knock on wood, the next steps is going to be, reaching out to those communities through Discord, through X, maybe through their own teams, to get an email list maybe or something like that, to be able to get the word out so that people know that they have this option, right? And I think that's going to be the next big hurdle once the proposal passes. And then after that, it's just going to be about welcoming them into the community and giving them a process and a UI to be able to monitor, their basically not rewards per se, but their incentives to join us, right? And how that works moving forward are going to be the next steps there. So
Yeah. No, I agree with that. It's just got to give it a shot. I think that it's, if anything, it's just a good marketing plan, because just the act of giving it a shot is going to get it in front of a bunch of people that would be highly motivated and highly open to checking out other crypto games potentially. All right. I'm gonna need to get a little bit of a ruling here from Larkus and Tails and Stever. Um, so Druid's Blood gave two. So are we gonna take his first one, or do we are we allowed to accept the second one? I don't know why he changed it, but I think we got to go with the first one's given. I think he changed it because somebody else gave 666. But there's no rule against two people picking the same thing. So what do you guys think?
I'm gonna stay out of it because the Druids and me had a little spat the other day.
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I would give it to him.
Triad.
Yeah, I'd give it to him after some, because he picked the number after Novashia picked the same number, so I think he just picked a different number.
He just picked a different number. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, pick the same number first. Okay, so Navashi is even agreeing to that. So the crazy thing, the reason I had to ask that is because the number is 333. So he got it right on the dot. And I would think the second closest is Leandro. So these are the two that you are delegating to, Larkus. You got Druid's Blood and Leandro. So congratulations to you guys. Druid's Blood, I think you should probably thank Navashia for picking 666 first, because that essentially got you the number. But Druid's is also saying that we're good, Steve, or you and him are good.
Yeah, I know. I'm fine with him too.
He changed before you closed the guesses. All right, cool. So everybody's on board with that. I guess I feel bad for who would have been. Oh, I feel bad for Joffrey. Joffrey would have been the next closest, I think. Sorry, Joffrey.
It's good to see some names I remember hanging out here.
Yeah, man. Everybody's waiting for you to get back on it. Hopefully, hopefully the insurance stuff gets figured out soon.
Yeah, I was gonna. When we were at the last hotel, I was gonna set up the computer, but then somebody yelled at me. And luckily in Discord, do not do that. Hotel Wi-Fi's are not safe. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. I have too much of my stuff on my computer that I wouldn't want somebody spying on me. So we're working out another way to the long-term hotel. We're going to get our own. We're going to get one of those 5G spots that you can have your own internet inside the hotel. So.
No, that'd be good. Yeah, I don't trust any public Wi-Fi either. Yvonne says, why you sound like you're streaming from a well? I'm catching up some of this space.
Oh, that might be me, because I told you I have no floors, so I echo now.
No, he's probably talking to me. But I'm using my phone today instead of the microphone, so that is what it is. All right, guys, it's already 11:30 here, so I think I'm going to call it. Any other final thoughts before we wrap up? And I'm just going to go around the horn. Steve, we can start with you. Any final thoughts you want to share? What are you excited about? What's on the docket? Can be Splinterlands related. Doesn't have to be.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what happens over the next couple weeks. The first airdrops, how the market reacts to those, the wagon prices, how the outreach goes to the games we close down, and really see if we start to see not just new players come, but our SPS token start to go in a different direction, or the DEC token start to go in a direction. One of those things that shows these players are doing more than just coming and doing the free option. Because I've reached a point, and I was kind of public with this, I haven't really been buying any new cards. I'm making the decision probably around the same time to either stay in Modern or become a land player for a little while. And I'm still kind of going through seeing how some of the stuff they're currently doing is working, since I feel like I have a little bit more time before Rebellion and the current stuff I have really starts to decline in value. So.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Druid's saying to give it to Navashia, so I don't know if you've already sent it out, Lorcus, but that's generous of him. Tails, what about you? I mean,
Yeah,
we
I
are.
already said that.
Oh, you did? Oh, you already sent it. Okay. Tails, what about you? What are you excited about? What's going on?
No, I mean, I was just excited to hop on a stream with you guys. It's been a minute, so it's definitely good to reconnect here. And yeah, other than that, yeah, let's do it again soon.
Sweet. And you, Lorcus, close this out.
I'm excited to see what comes. I think Stever is right on. I'm excited to see what comes in the morning with the new airdrop. Then we'll see how far off I am from the next airdrop.
Yeah. All right, so town hall is next Wednesday. Actually, it's a morning town hall. I will do my best to make sure that we can do another Triads live stream next week if you guys are free. And we can talk about this offline, but since there's a town hall next week, if it's not Wednesday, maybe we can find a time to discuss whatever they got going on. I think it'll be a good time for us to connect, just to recap and recalibrate. What do you guys think?
It always seems to be popular when we do it right after a town hall, so I would be down with trying to make that happen.
Sounds good. All right, guys. Well, thanks all for tuning in. For those who participate in the tournament, hope the card delegations will serve you well. Please make sure to thank Lorcus for setting up the tournament, for providing the rewards. He's been doing this now for months. So, Lorcus, we appreciate you. Tails, as always, you bring the topics and the commentary that keep this engaging. And Steve, thanks for joining us tonight, man. I hope everything goes well with your insurance and flooding and home stuff. That stuff always sucks.
Yeah, thanks, man. It was fun hanging out for sure.
For sure. All right, hang out for a bit, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Everybody have an amazing day, night, whatever time it is. Catch y'all soon. Peace.